Hey YouTube, DriftTilTheEnd here, coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing pretty much rideshare, Uber and Lyft, my experiences, my thoughts, and how they could improve in the future. So Uber and Lyft are a great opportunity to take up. I prefer it over a taxi. First of all, it's going to be cheaper. Usually they arrive quicker. The longest I've had to wait for an Uber or Lyft has been about 10 minutes. No longer. Taxis, I've been told 30 minutes or longer. The treatment with Lyft and Uber, for the most part, has been awesome. Feels like you're getting a ride from a friend or a family member. When you take a taxi, it has a different vibe to it. So I'll give them kudos on that. And so, when I take Uber and I tell people, I got here by an Uber, I have people swear that I should be taking Lyft because something happened with an Uber driver and gave a bad stigma. There was a bad incident that happened through Uber's, therefore I should ride with Lyft. And same thing when I take Lyft, people say, oh, Uber's better. But for me, it depends on the price, because all of it is, you're gonna have a different experience no matter what. If you take Uber or Lyft, it just depends on your driver. It doesn't really depend on the company as much. There's drivers that drive for Uber and Lyft, so you can get them, the same driver, either way, what platform you choose. Now, I've found that for the most part, Lyft is cheaper, and so a lot of times I'm going to take that Lyft. They even have a Lyft Later option where you can save a couple bucks. It's awesome, and it takes, they say instead of your ride being there immediately, it'll be there within 10 minutes. So I always take advantage of that. Uber sometimes is cheaper, and if it's cheaper, I'm going to take Uber, going to the same destination. All right, guys, let's jump into my fears of taking these rideshare, Uber and Lyft, and that is just liability. As a rider, okay, so there's some drivers that do have dash cam footage, which is great for them. It's like an eyewitness there, undisputed, evidence. So that's awesome. If I was a driver, which I won't be anytime soon, I would definitely have that dash cam in there, because it's definitely going to save you a lot of trouble and grief. So I've read on different places online where people have been charged for cleanup fees as the rider, and they haven't even thrown up in the car or damaged the car at all, and Uber or Lyft will automatically take the money out of their account once the driver makes a claim. So pretty much, if you don't have that money in the account, it's going to overdraft you, or if you do, they're going to take your money until you can try to prove that it wasn't you. So, even if they have a picture of throw up in their car and they submit a case against you to Uber or Lyft, that doesn't mean it was you, because how many riders did they take that day? 15. And even if they time-stamped the picture when you were there, it could have happened before. Same with damages, like if interior was ripped or something like that. Same thing, could have happened before. They could have time-stamped it when you were in the car, or when you just left the car, and now you're being charged for something that you didn't do. So I always have that fear that's going to happen to me, and I'm going to have to plead my case, which I won't have a case because I won't have any video to prove it. Another fear is, what if a driver claims that I touched them inappropriately, or if I assaulted them or hit them or hurt them or did whatever. I don't know what kind of claim someone can come up with, but just say someone made a false claim against me that this happened and it was a criminal offense that's being spewed against me. Where is my protection there? I have no protection other than I have to fight with my word. I have to tell them this is not true, and now it's up to somebody to believe me or not. So I think Lyft and Uber is really going to have to step it up and put their own equipment, surveillance in there, in the vehicle, and have the live feed go directly to Uber and Lyft. And I think we're at a point with our tech that that's going to definitely be possible, and it should just be mandatory. You think about going in a grocery store, now they have all their gear set up for video and recording. And that's, of course, for shoplifters, but that's for claims too. People pretend to slip and fall, and then, they have that evidence. People, if they claim that you did something criminal against an employee, did something criminal against the customer, well, now you got that proof. So definitely Uber and Lyft, that's a suggestion if you guys ever hear this. Definitely needs to happen, because those are my big fears about taking an Uber or Lyft. I don't want to be liable for something that's untrue, something I did not do, and then have to face consequences for it. So those were some of my thoughts, fears of taking these ride-share apps. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like this video. Drift to the end, and I'm out of here for today. Later.